other people, when you mention dollars to these people, they're always like, oh, it's too expensive. Well, it's not expensive when you want to buy a car or when you want to do a cruise. For that stuff, it's okay to spend money, but when it comes to your health, it's not. Come on now, that's just backwards to me. Just jump in working while I'm also drinking and making my breakfast and stuff like that, making sure that my, my blood sugar is in control. So I wake up determined to, rock my day. I'm not like a wild person who goes, go all the day,
Come on, wild thing.
No, not me, not me.
I'm Dr. Maggie Yu, functional and holistic medicine MD, and owner of Transform Autoimmune Disease Naturally. If you haven't joined our Facebook group, please go ahead and join our Facebook group, Transform Autoimmune Disease Naturally. If you're watching this on Instagram, YouTube, please give us a thumbs up, follow us for more illuminating interviews and journeys from people. We also have a ton of trainings in our Facebook group and on YouTube and Instagram, so join us there. Today, we have an amazing interview with Orsi, who just recently finished our program. She's been struggling for over 10 years with RA, dealing with pain, fatigue, and a lot of mood and irritability issues over that period of time. She's been taking conventional medications, working with a primary care provider and her rheumatologist, and I can't wait for you to see where she is just 2 months later after joining our program. I hope you enjoy this. Hey, Orsi, tell us about you.
I'm a 43-year-old woman going for 44 this month that has been unfortunately dealing with a chronic disease of rheumatoid arthritis for a few years. I was diagnosed in year 2010, I think. It came out of the blue. I have no family members that suffer with it that I'm aware of. I mean, obviously, there could have been people that suffered with it and they didn't know about it. Anyway, so I'm the first one in my family that I know suffers with it. When it started, it was, of course, it just sneaks up on you. You don't know about it until you start like a little bit of discomfort on my right wrist, I think it was. And then I thought it would go away, but it didn't. And then you start the journey of pursuing it with doctors and blood work and all that. And they said that, okay, your RA factor is positive, so you have RA.
Did getting a diagnosis help in actually relief or clearing of these symptoms?
Well, at the time, because we got the diagnosis rather quickly, I thought it was just disappointing to know that I had a chronic disease.
Yeah.
It wasn't like I suffered for so many years and I finally, I know now, it wasn't that kind of experience for me. So I was a little bit disappointed that I had to deal with it.
And how many years ago was this that you were diagnosed?
So like 10 years.
Okay. So in the past 10 years, let's talk about, before you joined our program, on a scale of 0 to 10, 10 being the most pain you could imagine, what was your average daily level of pain?
Before I joined the program, my pain was, I would say, a 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
Occasionally, I would get swelling in my fingers, but they would come and go. And I could not really reason why, other than I thought, okay, maybe I ate something that, causes mild flares. But I wasn't like crippled or anything. I was able to live a normal life.
Mm-hmm.
What I thought was normal, knowing that I have RA.
Right.
Not the normal for everybody, I would say.
Well, I mean, Orsi, this brings up the point. A lot of people with RA think, I'm not as sick as those people who have like severe deformities or deformed pain. What kind of impact did having RA for 10 years have that was a big deal for you if it wasn't the pain?
The pain was really bad, and that's when we changed medication. So it wasn't like it's never going to be, I can't say it was a smooth journey. Mm-hmm. There was a time when things got really bad, but then we changed out the medication and things got back to normal, in quotation marks. Energy level, I would say it was not where I wanted it to be, even I mean, prior to the program, right? Um, Mood wise, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to compare with women my age
All
that maybe
right,
have.
we're going to stop right there. There is no comparison game here. Let's talk on 10 is the worst and 0 is no problem at all. From a fatigue standpoint, 10 is the most tired you could ever have imagined anyone be. 0 is no problem at all. What number was your average level of fatigue day to day?
It was probably a 5.
That's a big deal. That's not a little deal. So we downplay something like as simple as as simple, but we think fatigue and we just 5 out of 10. But I'm going to ask you with fatigue level of 5 out of 10, and then mood was what? 10's the worst mood ever. Best mood ever is 0. What was your average mood range?
I would say a 4 or 5-ish.
Great. All right. Level 5's on fatigue and mood out of 10. What kind of impact on the quality of life did just those two symptoms have on you?
You feel it that you're not really living your life
Mm.
to the fullest, of course. You tend to shy away from certain activities and socialization, stuff like that.
So you're becoming more and more socially isolated,
Yeah.
and emotionally you felt like you were in a suffering state.
Yes.
Definitely. Okay. Right now, you just graduated from our 2-month program, and we want to know results. What are some of the results you have now?
Since I basically learned where I was going wrong with certain foods and made changes to my diet, um, and added the supplementation that I needed according to the results and data mapping and all that we did. I wake up right, I would say 5:30, sometimes even a little bit earlier, and I'm ready to go. I have to telework right now, so I just jump in working while I'm also drinking and making my breakfast and stuff like that, making sure that my blood sugar is in control. So I wake up determined to rock my day, and it works just fine. I mean, feel I do feel better in many aspects of it. My hydration is where it should be, as it was not before, because who
Mhm.
knew that you had to stay hydrated? I mean, I
Who
didn't,
knew?
yeah, I didn't know because my body didn't really ask for it. It wasn't something I was used to doing. So,
Mhm.
um, one of the other things is the all the the things we do as humans, going to the bathroom. That has been really good for me.
Yay!
And yeah, I think that has definitely improved because the diet.
We were talking about blood sugar and we were talking about supplementation, and you mentioned has had a huge impact on you and your ability to work. You mentioned that this has impacted other members of your family. Can you share some of that?
Yes, my husband, who is diabetic, he loves food in general, but he actually loves it more when he knows that it's healthy eating. So since the very start of the program, when we incorporated the diet, not the diet, but the recipes from your program, he was in love with that. Especially the hummus one. He just loves it so much that he's diligently making it every week. Unfortunately, I have that intolerance with garlic right now, so I'm staying off garlic, so I'm not able to enjoy it like him, but he is loving a
Oh, that's
lot.
easy. Just remove the garlic from that recipe. You could
Yeah,
use
but he
shallot
loves
instead.
garlic. He loves the garlic.
Try shallot.
Oh yeah, yeah, I'm doing shallots.
Yeah, you can try shallot in your hummus. In the hummus
Yeah,
recipe, you can absolutely substitute shallot for the garlic. It is good.
yeah, we might do that. But just it's been like an eye-opening thing for us as a family, because we can eat so much more variety in terms of the different vegetables that I had no clue about. A lot of veggies, but they exist and they're good for you. So he's definitely in love with a lot of stuff that we're doing.
Okay. All right. Another question, which is, what has been the impact, you think, of like having, because your fatigue level, you said it was 5 before the program. Where is it now?
I actually feel like I mean, I would say probably a 2.
Okay.
And that could also, it's not like I really get tired, but I don't push it much either. It
Yeah.
comes to a point where in the evening, I know that I need to rest my body because I need the healing. So I turn it off. I'm not like a wild person who goes, go all the day,
Come on, wild thing.
No, not me, not me.
But level 5 to level 2, and then what about the mood? Before you felt like it was a 5 out of 10. Where's the mood now as far as bad mood?
Yeah, I think it's way better because I don't get rattled. I used to get
Yeah.
a little bit rattled on, emotional more or temper. I used to have a high temper. I'm actually on my period right now. I'm very chilled, which
Why do you think that's so much better?
I think it's because my hormones are more in sync.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, my food definitely is more in sync. My gut is more in sync with me, and mentally the mindset too, because I know that I need to stay stay chilled. I should not let things get to me.
So what I'm hearing is, honestly, 10 years of dealing with rheumatoid arthritis, has anyone even tested or discussed the impact of hormones on
No,
your symptoms?
no, never. Even to the point where they never mentioned diet. I mean, to me, diet has to be the first thing you
Hell
discuss
yeah.
because we eat. What do? We eat, right? That's how we live on. And no, it has not never been brought up. Hormones, for sure, not. But even the vitamin deficiencies. I
I mean,
mean,
this goes back to our 5 pillars of our program, which is a full comprehensive functional approach to any autoimmune disease. When we go through the 5 pillars, I mean, I'm going to list them right now, but really anybody listening right now, think about, has your doctor or doctors over the years or decades you've had autoimmune disease comprehensively helped you master these 5 areas? Number 1, hormone balance. Number 2, blood sugar mastery. Number 3, food mapping to actually identify the foods that are triggering your autoimmunity and help you reintroduce back a ton of other food. Number 4, gut healing. And number 5, vitamin and nutrient deficiencies that are key in turning around autoimmunity. Like seriously, how many people have in their decades and how many doctors have actually mastered these 5 areas? Did you?
no, nobody. I do recall I had family doctor. She actually was pretty good, and she was testing certain vitamins. But then something happened, I don't know what, and she's no longer in the area. But I felt she made sense. And now I see the value of what she was saying. Because
Yeah.
before I wasn't quite paying attention to everything that she was suggesting, but now it makes total sense. So, but again, now the RA doctor, he's happy to just see you for 15 minutes, real quick, in and out, and keep keep prescribing those medications that supposedly are helping me. And guess what, I actually cut one half already since I started the program. And yeah, I wasn't supposed to do that. It was my initiative, and it's been September 18, I think, is when I cut it, from 10 milligrams to 5. So we're approaching 2 months, and here I am. I feel like because of this program, I'm able to sustain, my well-being, where I don't feel like it was a detrimental thing that I did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that. He knows that I don't care too much for medication long term. So long term, we hope to maybe get there, but I'm not anxious either because I don't want to, I don't want things to backfire or cause problems. So I have to
Well,
be cautious with it.
but here's the thing is, some people just say, I'm against medication, and then they go cold turkey and just go off their medication. And for me, I want to be clear, I'm a functional MD, which means I have all the MD training and all the natural medicine smarts, and we put it together. And it's a data-driven program, which is we use natural medicine that is data-driven, right? And what that means for me is this, is that I'm not against medication per se. What I think is that, and a lot of people just say medicine all bad, forget about it. But here's the thing is, don't you think about, so many people can't even get off their medication, because here's the thing, you can't just get off your medication without a plan. And if you don't have a plan to comprehensively address this naturally and in all the other tools that you can have, then you're basically setting yourself up for failure when you just abruptly withdraw medications.
Yeah.
So for me, if you are even remotely thinking about anyone out there about either not starting medication or trying to get off your medications, you have to have a plan and strategy in place to set you up for success. And that's what's missing for a lot of people. And so you're saying right now, I hope that I'm able to continue to lower my meds. Well, don't just hope. You actually join the program that maximize your ability to start lowering your medication, working with your rheumatologist. And it's already happening.
Right. That's
Ooh.
true.
Booyah. Okay. Yep. I love it. What is something that you can do now effortlessly that 2 months ago you would have thought was impossible?
I mean, it's as crazy or sad as it sounds, I think bathroom visits are really rolling much easier. I mean, it's true. I always had, that difficulty, and I feel like since the program, no, it's actually been much easier, and it's an important aspect of our lives. Come on, it is.
And it's not just philosophically, medically, it is absolutely important and crucial that anyone with autoimmune disease poops at least once a day, effortlessly, because that's an important part of detoxification. So if you're not daily getting rid of those toxins, you're accumulating toxins and free radicals and really increasing the level of autoimmune damage that's happening in your body, period. So this isn't a small deal. It is the most important tool. Is what you put in and what comes out is the most important tools that you got to utilize in calming down autoimmunity.
And something else I've noticed is that my skin doesn't break out at all. I never was a breakout skin person, but anytime around the period, something would pop. Hasn't. And it's amazing.
It really is. Acne is really a sign of internal gut infection, and it's also a sign of toxin accumulation and certain vitamin deficiencies.
Right.
And not to even mention hormonal imbalances. So there's many aspects of it that you have to comprehensively address. It's not like you came in the program saying, I want to get rid of my acne around my periods. It just naturally happens when you actually have a strategy to really calm autoimmunity in every aspect of it.
Yes, absolutely.
I love it. All right. What's your favorite part about working with us?
You guys have been great. You guys are personable, straight shooters, both of you, mindset wise and, functionally how to handle things. I've noticed when people get down on themselves because something is not working, well, we get encouragement that, okay, we shouldn't dwell on those negative things. And I like the whole thing. The program itself is structured where it addresses everything, the 5 pillars, as you said. I mean, they're all working towards that goal of getting better. And it's a comprehensive thing. It's not just one thing.
Would you say when you were first thinking about joining our program, what would you say was the number reason you almost didn't join our program?
Well, I think I made it clear that I was on board real fast. I wasn't one of those who I think joined the public page first and stayed there for a long time. I was on board real fast. I mean, as soon as I saw the training about the 5 pillars, it made sense to me. And not that it only made sense, I said, I mean, worst case scenario, what is it going to hurt other than, it's going to be some cost, but worth every penny, in my opinion, because it's going to give my life, give me my life back and as I said, even if I'm just improving on some aspects of my health, it's worth thousands of dollars. And I had no hesitation, obviously, nothing. I was on board.
Were other people in your family not on board?
Well, my husband, he supported me, but he wasn't sure it was going to be worth it in the beginning.
So question for you, where is he now with his skepticism? He's been through the program with you, Orsi.
Yes, and he actually one day said that, well, I agree with you that this has been good for you in many aspects, and he's enjoying those benefits as well because of everything. But he also said that, I mean, you already decremented one of your primary medications, and you're functioning so well. So he's got proof, that whatever I'm doing is working. He's on board with it, and I don't try to advertise it to other people because, other people, although I've shared aspects of it because you get excited. And like when I did the thyroid module, I have my stepdaughter who suffers with Hashimoto's.
Yeah.
And I was excited to share with her, but you know how people are, they are resistant, especially when it comes to someone else. No, I've done my research. I'm good. Oh yeah, I'm 7 years ahead of you. I know it all. Okay, whatever. I just shared. I said, like other people, when you mention dollars to these people, they're always like, oh, it's too expensive. Well, it's not expensive when you want to buy a car or when you want to do a cruise. For that stuff, it's okay to spend money, but when it comes to your health, it's not. Come on now, that's just backwards to me. So.
It's interesting, but that is actually most people don't feel that it's worth it to invest in their own health. And to me, that's your life.
Well, only when it becomes crisis mode, right? And then when it's crisis mode, yeah, of course, we have to throw the dollars because we have to feel better. But this program is so fantastic because it keeps you from going to the crisis mode.
Well, here's the thing. I look at crisis this way. I think that with health, okay, regardless, you're going to pay. Okay. Regardless, you're going to pay. Okay. You could pay in the front end to prevent bad results, or you could pay in the back end to live with bad results.
Right.
If the amounts are exactly the same, which one is actually the most expensive thing that you're going to do? You're going to spend regardless on your health. Because you know what? Food costs money, right? And maybe bad food costs less in the front end, but then in the bad end, it can be even more expensive in a $50,000 hospital bill and in your inability to work. So the question really is, if you're going to pay no matter what in investing in your health, are you going to put it up front or are you going to put it at the back end to deal with the damage? What do you pick?
I'd rather do the upfront one.
Me too.
I mean, now that I found this program, of course, before I wasn't.
What is the one thing that you learned about yourself that surprised even you?
I think I'm a blessed person. I've always thought that, though, but I'm even more blessed now. And I'm so fortunate that I believe that this wasn't just by chance. I think this was because this is the path that I was supposed to take. Me personally, I think I discovered that I want to be a better partner, a better mother, focused on my family better. So I can, in order to do that, I have to take care of me. I'm an optimistic person who lives life presently, but also into the future.
What does your future look like now? How has your relationships and your family changed?
I do feel that there's joy. I mean, there's joy. Although we have a chronic disease like mine, there's joy in my life. There's hope and optimism for sure. And my relationships, I think, are great. The ones that matter, because we also learn in this program that there are certain relationships you just have to give up or not invest in because they're only draining you. Those relationships have not been pursued anymore. I'm only pursuing what matters. And it's been great, actually, not to worry about people who don't worry about me. So
that's freedom right there.
Freedom. Yes, absolutely. You're right.
I love that. Okay. Well, thank you so much for your generosity and time, for sharing your journey with us. This was incredible. I'm so happy for you and your family.
Thank you.
Thank you, Orsi.
Bye.
Bye. Oh my goodness. That was an incredible interview from Orsi. I think in dealing with autoimmunity, a lot of people, the word joy no longer even exists. Joy or excitement or future, right? What's going to happen in the future? For a lot of people, that's a very difficult thing to even talk about. And a lot of people think about rheumatoid arthritis thinking, I'm not as bad as somebody else who has deformities or who has pain that's 10 out of 10. But as Orsi's story really demonstrates, fatigue, mood irritability, hormonal imbalance, just even limitation of food, these symptoms had a severe and huge impact upon her life and her family's life. I'm just really thrilled that you guys were able to see her mindset changes, her thoughts that she thought, how she was able to use that mindset to really banish skepticism and play full out. And not only did she, but her husband did as well, and has transformed her life and her future into joy and excitement. So thanks everybody for joining us. If you enjoyed this, or there's someone that you know could actually benefit from watching this video, go ahead and tag their name underneath this video, because sharing is caring and raising awareness is going to be key. If you haven't joined our Facebook group, please click the link and join our Facebook group, Transform Autoimmune Disease Naturally. Thanks everybody.